The warm touch of the setting sun begins to fade. Golden glow dipping in and out of sight as the clouds pass. A light chill reaches out to ensnare you. Suddenly, like a candle in the wind, night awakens. The world is coated in shadow, as if summoned by the dark. Ghosts and ghouls step forth for one night. Those of you who masquerade for fun, unaware of the space between, I pose a question. Are you sure the one standing next to you is also wearing a mask? Happy Halloween. Welcome back, everyone. We are fully in spooky season, and that means that it's time for some spooky season art. I've been so excited for this. I've been planning this art since last year. If you were here with us, we went on this whole journey of creating our spooky season art creature feature. This was such a fun art piece to do, so I was super excited to showcase it. A witch, a werewolf, and a vampire having a horror movie night was a pretty fun concept at the time, you know? And I figured, why not keep it going? We're not doing the exact same thing, but we're definitely sticking within the same theme of this mini world we're creating. Monsters living the everyday just like we would during spooky season. This time, I wanted my characters to be a bit more interesting and add in some creativity to them. Let's not waste any time and start with the planning. First, let's figure out kind of a rough draft of our environment. Inside with a couch and a crystal ball TV was nice for last time, but I think I want the outside to play a bigger role here. Horror movies are a staple during this time of year, so we're definitely sticking with them. What's coming to mind for me is going to see the newest horror movie around the season. I think the outside of a movie theater entrance is going to be the best way to showcase this. We can have the classic now showing sign and everything. We're probably going to need many perspective shots, so let's figure that out by looking for some good references. I have found a bunch of things that I think might work, and now's a great time to do an early showcase of one of Ergo Josh's art secrets. I'm not 100% sure he does this the exact same way, but I know he does do this because I've seen him do it in a video. I think he uses a specific program for this or whatever, but regardless, Josh builds a reference board. Okay, yeah, sounds simple, but think about it this way. Procreate has a reference window you can turn on and off, but you can only view one image at a time. Since that's the case, I open this up right here. This is a reference board document where I place a bunch of things for a project all at once and then save it as a single image. Now I have all the references in a single image and I just zoom around and scroll to whatever I need. No clearing, no searching, and getting lost amongst the images. None of that is necessary. It's all seamless. We'll use this to get our situation mapped out, but before we do any background rendering, I want to go ahead and get our characters created. Can't just draw them in though. We're about to go ahead and do some full-on design work. We don't want to do the same characters as last time for our main subjects, so I sketched some of my own ideas on paper and decided to, get some designs that I thought were kind of cool. Since we're doing this from the ground up, we're gonna name them and everything. This is a full-on process here. I wanted some black influence because I really like the way that feels in the creative process. I think it's gonna lead me somewhere. First, I looked around and stumbled upon some images of a beautiful black woman with an afro. Actually, multiple beautiful black women with afros. And I think this popped in my head immediately. Our first character is Frankie. A feminine twist on Frankenstein's monster with aspects of Frankenstein's bride, like the streak of white hair that's going here. We'll give her an outfit fitting a nice little evening out. I'm thinking like a bodycon dress or something like that. I know. Who goes to the movies in a bodycon dress? Bad bitches named Frankie, that's who. All the girls out here that go by Fran and Frankie about to be tearing it up this spooky season. Don't let nobody shake your confidence either, girl. Get out there and flex. Why not? Frankie's eyes are covered a little bit by her fro, but that adds a bit of ambiguity to her. She's a bit mysterious when we want her to be, and she can debut all of those different emotions easily. Actually, there's a fun, simple trick that's used with this. We kind of have the rest of the face, so we don't have to worry too much about any of the other expressions, but when it comes to eyes, to stand in for the emotions, we'll just use the eye line of her fro, bending and shaping that to how the hair sits on her face and everything, showing like how we would do things for eyebrows and different things like that. That is actually done a lot in different animation designs. Look at anybody whose eyes are covered. There are ways that they utilize maybe hair or something on their face to showcase their emotion. This trick is used pretty much everywhere. So we'll finish Frankie's design off with some tattoos and some jewelry, and there we go. Now let's work on our next character. This one I think is gonna be so much more fun in general. Like, Frankie was cool and she was a good design, but she was very straightforward, honestly. I think this one might work in more of the experimental stage. So I looked for some images of handsome, well-dressed black men. I wanted smart but relaxed and stylish, you know what I mean? Actually, you know what I like? A stylish coat hoodie combo. I'm thinking like a pea coat with streetwear or something like that. Like, bro is chill, but no stranger to dressing things up if he needs to. Again, live in that inspiration. Our second character is Viz, a play on the Invisible Man with Afrocentric features. How do we see Afrocentric features if he's invisible? Look, we may not be able to see him, but we got plenty of aspects that showcase his style and personality. Gold lock jewelry, being in his hair. Yeah, the hair is invisible, but this gives us enough to work with. So we can generally see what hairstyle he's actually wearing, even in different positions and stuff, with him being invisible. He's got the classic sunglasses from the Invisible Man, but I chose to lose the bandages because I felt like that would be less interesting. Again, we're missing key facial features, but this time it's the opposite challenge. We've got everything but where the eye line is. And so honestly, it's much easier to deal with, in my opinion. Yeah, you don't have like different things you can do as far as like a mouth or anything, but there are ways to get around that. The sunglasses, however, we can use perfectly to set in for the eyes and the eyebrows. We'll be able to use them to explore his emotions more by stylizing the shape and, even using it to show what's reflected in some cases. We can kind of just point to the things that he's focused on or what he's doing, and bending and moving them around, being playful with it, with the shape language of it, is what's going to show and portray all these different feelings that he has. It doesn't just stop there. There are levels to this. Depending on how we design the base of the glasses, we can get away with, these standing in for like the entire eyebrow shape, making it more expressive. I think we can stick with more basic frames for now, but this is an option that I really want to stick to. But there we go, another character down. Okay, so we've got our main characters, and to make this piece feel more lived in, we'll come up with some not so important background characters and sketch everyone into the scene when we're ready. I love the character creation process, and I just can't help but get wrapped up in it. There's something about being able to hint towards the world building through a character that really excites me. For now, we're going to continue to work on this and prep for our final piece, but we're gonna have to leave that for part 2 of this video. Yeah, that's right, Creature Feature Part 2 itself is a 2-part video. Sorry, it is what it is. Next time, we'll get into the final environment design and, the scene specifically, so we can know how to use the full placement of the characters. With that being said, I'll see you soon.